Peace to you, brothers. As some of you brothers know in the news, Judge Greg Mathis' wife filed for divorce. And he said it was his fault. Let's talk about it. Man, we live in a world today where when it comes to our women, what the focus is. Professional basketball, WNBA, being an independent woman. When it comes to the Christian church, the pastor's telling them for the most part, if you don't find the right man, if God don't send you a man, then it was just not meant for you to have a man. Luciferian ideologies like that, we hear all the time and we see all the time. On social media, on the television. And it's just a shame. And I've been telling you, brother, for a very long time now. The goal is to elevate women over men. To elevate the woman over the boyfriend. To elevate the wife over the husband. They really don't even want to be called a wife anymore. They really want that word to be done away with, believe it or not. They want the man and woman to be a partnership. Because marriage in this society is a corporation. Two corporations joining with each other. And they calling that a marriage. So they really trying to demonize the patriarch. I've been telling y'all brothers that for a long time now. That is the goal of 2024 and so on. To make it look like the women run the marriages and the women can be leaders. Brothers, the Most High made you to be leaders. And it's been like that since the ancient world. Ever since it been civilization, it always been like that. And now they trying their best to make our young people think that the woman rules everything. And especially these relationships and marriages. And they want you, so-called black men, especially, to put your guards down and let the woman run the household, and you just sit back and be a little puppet, and she's the head. And if not that...
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Georgia 20 East, Georgia 212 West.
And if not that, they want to promote that y'all equal. That's what's going on. And in my view, they put people like Greg Mathis in the forefront, like they supporting this mess. I personally think it was a ritual. I think that Judge Mathis and his wife were paid to say they're getting a divorce, to elevate what I'm talking about. Because I noticed that him and his wife had their own reality show, and we all know that he was a big time judge. He's a veteran judge, well, he's a retired judge now, and he was real popular judge and made a lot of money. So I've been telling you, brothers, for a very long time now, you can't become judges.
At the light, turn left onto Georgia 20 East, Georgia 212 West.
You can't become judges, top-notch attorneys, and high positions like that. You can't become people like that and not be involved with what be going on in the crowd. You just can't. You have to become a Freemason. You have to sell your soul, basically. You have to support the agendas that America is trying to bring upon the masses of people. And I think Judge Mathis is another case of that. Because when he was a judge, and I seen a lot of his cases, a lot of time he'll be a simp mode and say things and act like a simp and things like that. But for the most part, he presented himself with the truth as a judge. He'll get on the women when they're in the wrong, and he'll get on men when they're in the wrong too. For the most part, he was fair. But once he got that reality show and he started being with certain people on television, someone was telling me it was something weird about Greg Mathis. Just my perspective, that's alleged. For us, like him being in the craft, him selling his soul later on in life and things like that. This is just my personal opinion based on what I've studied when it comes to the entertainment business and celebrities. But it's just so strange.
Continue on Georgia 20 East for 7 miles.
It's just so strange to me that this man right here, who was a judge all these years, took care of his wife. Far as I know, had a great marriage based on what we've seen this on social media. And I know that don't mean nothing, but that's what was portrayed. And all of a sudden, she just want to leave the marriage after almost 40 years. It's something wrong with that. And I know anything can happen. You can be in a toxic relationship or a toxic marriage for a long time, and nobody never know, and then you just want to get away because you can't take it no more. I understand those things. But right now, from what they're saying, his wife is divorcing him, filed for divorce because of unreconcilable differences. And see, that's the kind of stuff that our women do just because they don't want to be in a marriage anymore. Don't even have a legitimate reason. Y'all just don't see eye to eye anymore. You argue and things like that. Come on now. The Bible says that when you're married, you're going to go through troubled times. You're going to fall on hard times. Paul said that the man is going to go through trouble. So things like that going to happen. But all of a sudden, after almost 40 years of marriage, you all of a sudden say unreconcilable differences, and you want to divorce this man? They can report on social media that couples are getting divorced, but they can't report what the reason is. Come on now. So for some of you brothers out there might say, y'all need to stay out of their business. They promote their business. They put it out there. So if you put it out there that y'all getting a divorce, go ahead and put it out there what the reason is. So it's very obvious you want people to talk about it. And you go on YouTube. Judge Mathis had a video on YouTube that he's saying that it was his fault. He's saying that he should have spent more time with his wife. He should have put his wife first instead of his career. So basically he was saying that he was on the road a lot being a judge, and he wasn't putting his wife first. But she wasn't complaining all those years. Social media been out for a long time now. She never came online and complained about it. But all of a sudden, you want to up and just divorce your husband? If that's the reason, and that's what he said. Brothers, I'm all about the scriptures, and I'm telling y'all, they try to present things like that to make you brothers think that, yeah, he is the reason why their marriage is falling, and she filing for divorce because he wasn't at home enough, or he wasn't putting her first. They trying to tell y'all put your wife on a pedestal, put women on a pedestal. Brothers, the only person we put on a pedestal is the Most High in His Word. Nobody come before the Most High in His Word, not even your wife. It's the job for you to make the Most High happy, and she's supposed to make you happy. That's the problem. Our women want to be the first priority. They want to be happy. You can't keep women happy. Go read the book Ecclesiastes. Go listen to Solomon in the Old Testament, who had more women than anybody that ever lived. You can't keep the woman happy because she have emotions. Women, they change just like the wind. One moment they some way, the next minute they're another way. So you can never keep the woman happy. So if that's the case, if Judge Mathis saying that was the reason, he messing up. In my view, that wasn't the reason. Because in my opinion, that woman would have been said something, she would have been left. 40 years of marriage and then just leave that? No, I'm not hearing that. So like I said, brother, that's what they trying to tell y'all. They trying to tell y'all to put your woman on a pedestal and make her your God. And they're doing it in multiple ways now in the society. In politics, marriages, sports, you name it. Trying to elevate women to coach men. With the election coming up, Kamala Harris, and I already done predicted that she's going to become the next president. They want us to elevate these women, y'all, and we can't improve our communities And we cannot be on top as a race, making the woman number one and putting her on a pedestal. We have to lead. So that's what's going on, fellas. So in my view, like I said, I think there was a ritual event that they was told in some kind of way by their handlers to say y'all relationship is not working. And that way she can be elevated and Judge Mathis can be de-elevated. Because he's always been a man that's been highly looked up to from the masses for being sort of like an alpha male. And then all of a sudden this happens. Brothers, the Bible says that the man is supposed to be a provider. The man is the head and the woman follow. 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 3 on down says God is over Christ, which real name is Yahushua, and Yahushua is over the man, and the man is over the woman. So that means that a man, we have certain duties that we have to do, and sometimes that means we might have to stay away from the house long periods of time to provide, just like the athletes do, actors. And in Judge Mathis' case, being a judge, sometimes you might have to stay away. A lot of times you might have to stay away for a long time to be a provider. You know what I'm saying? So a man a lot of times is not going to be around his family because he got things to do. He got a career. He got to be a provider. He got to make sure that they have certain things. Especially in this society, things are expensive. Houses are expensive. And to have an incredible, have a credible job that you don't have to work from paycheck to paycheck. I mean, from paycheck to paycheck, you basically have to have a career that you're making a lot of money that you might have to stay away from home. And trust me, brothers, most of our women's gonna have excuses to get out of a relationship or get out of a marriage. So that's just an excuse that she's using, in my opinion. Y'all have children together, adult children, but they had children together, man. And all of a sudden, you just gonna leave that man like that, and he's hurt. I tell you, brothers, all the time, man. You think you're ready for marriage, but it takes a long time to get to know a woman, man. He married that woman, I think he was 25. In this society, being 25 years old, trying to be married to a woman, you're not ready yet. And most of us have been raised in a household with women and with just a mom and no father. You don't understand female nature. And you don't know what's going to happen. Because in this society, they promote that the woman can leave you anytime she wants to, just like Judge Mathis' wife getting ready to do. In the ancient world, and we was in our land, a woman just can't up and just leave her husband like that. She would be judged and she would be punished if she tried things like that. But in America, a woman can do what she want to do. So you need to be careful. You talking about you ready to be married, man. Because that woman can send you a long text message the next day. Y'all can be together 2 or 3 years, 6 or 7 years. And she just send you a long text message the next day and says she don't want to be with you anymore. And ain't nothing you can do about it. The court allows it. And you be like, man, what done happened? So I tell brothers, do not put these women on a pedestal. There's nothing wrong with being in a marriage and being in a serious relationship. But do not put that woman on a pedestal, man. Because you don't want to be in a situation where a woman leave you and a relationship don't work. You be tempted to hurt that woman, kill that woman, go insane, get mentally drained, and you go crazy. There's a lot of men eating out of garbage cans because of a woman. And most of these women ain't gonna make it. Like I said in my last video. The last video that I spoke on women in general and stuff. A lot of our women ain't gonna make it, man. So a lot of these women, y'all just need to just let them go, man. Because it ain't worth it. Like the Great Chronicles of Judah 144 said, most of our women can't deal with monotony. They can't deal with doing the same old stuff every day. Because they get bored. And that's what a marriage and relationship is. Of course you have fun, go on trips.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Flat Shoals Road southeast.
You know, sure, you go on trips, have your little fun, things like that. But a marriage, man, is about loyalty and sacrifice. Y'all do for each other. Y'all take care of business with the children every day. Taking care of your priorities every day. And just loving each other. Not for fun and a good time. You don't live your life on fun and a good time. Because soon as your wife thinks it's not fun anymore, she get bored. And
at the light, turn left onto Flat Shoals Road southeast.
She gets bored and she want to dibble dabble with other men and things like that because she's bored. Most of our women can't deal with that, and especially of our young people now. Our young women, they're not raised to be wives. They're raised to be whores. They definitely can't deal with monotony. So we need to be teaching our boys, man, look, don't get so wrapped up in these women. Because most of them really don't want to be in no long-term relationship or no marriage.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Parker Road southeast.
It's all about what he can do for me, and if he can't do it for me, I'm gone. And if the next man I meet is the man that I'm looking for, then I'm just going ahead and try him out. They don't care. On to the next guy. And don't care how bad you feel about it.
At the light, turn right onto Parker Road southeast.
But yeah, like I said, brothers, they trying to make the masses
Continue
of
for
people.
1.5 miles.
They trying to make the masses of people, especially you so-called black men, they want y'all to have the mindset, look, in these marriages and these relationships, I got to keep my wife happy. Whatever she want goes. Happy wife, happy life. No. Like I said, you can't keep the woman happy. You keep the most high happy, then everything else will come. But yeah, brothers, I just wanted to do this little short video on that situation because you're gonna see a lot of that go on now. And raise your daughters to be wives, man, and to stay with one man through thick and thin. If he's not beating on her and he making sure that she's provided for, tell your daughter to stay with that man. So brothers, I'm out.
In a quarter mile, at the traffic circle, take the second exit and stay on Oakland Avenue southeast.
I'm out of here. Like, share, subscribe to my channel, and I'll get it with you brothers on next video. Peace.